So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. He's got it over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Running left with Pacheco. He breaks a tackle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st. It's Pacheco again. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'll really break the backs of a defense.
And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Here he is on 3rd and long. A quick slant. Here's McConkey. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Well, we saw him absorb that big hit, and it's as we feared. He's in some pain after that play, enough that the medical staff going to go out there to check on him. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Now Herbert again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over. You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He has it at the 13. Oh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. That one in the books is a 48-yard punt. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Trying for the deep ball. Brought in inside the 20. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. So 2nd down coming up. A play fake, now Herbert to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Herbert from the gun. He's on the move. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Short pass brought in. Breaks through, and he might break away. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chargers will have a first. Here's Herbert. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Herbert. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw.
Big gain downfield. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, L.A. The Chargers reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. They'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Declines the touchback, Brock, and then he can pay in a big way. He's tackled before he can get to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. He gives it Pacheco to start the drive. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They go play action. It's Mahomes. He's going deep this time. And that won't be brought in, but I love the deep shot there. Some excitement for us on our final. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They have it 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off Cam Hart. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
That's just excellent dime coverage. Excellent dime defense right there. Quarterback, he's going to see a defender in coverage no matter where he looks. The end goal is making him force a throw when he shouldn't, and then capitalizing on the mistake with a turnover.
Throwing on first is Herbert. Pass is caught at the 9. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Chargers tie things up at 14. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A counter give here to Pacheco. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Pete, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd and 3 now. Hand off to the back. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Third down, 1 yard to go. They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
Win the early battle. Give the leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Thrown back, gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Didn't get it to Rashee Rice. Complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Stays in the pocket, isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Finds his man Gray. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
There's Pacheco on third. And he could not get there. They stopped him right at the line. Just short on third down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on fourth?
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now, Herbert. Taken in by Noah Fant. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll run here on first down. And he's able to take this up pretty close to that 40-yard line. Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Opening carry of the game for Kimani Vidal. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Herbert now. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. It's the Chargers facing 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. This from 40 on the right hash. Browns kick is up and good. And it'll knock this game up late in the 2nd quarter.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. They bring a tight end in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Pacheco hauls it in. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Junior Colson bringing it into that play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 26 on 2nd down. He throws it deep to the left side. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Running right is Pacheco. And he'll take this up to around the 29-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, and that's their first. Nolan Cooney on to handle this 4th down punt. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. He lets one fly deep downfield. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Couldn't make the connection, was looking for Ladd McConkey. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his first interception of our season. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
Hauled in by Worthy. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's able to get this down to the 13. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that first down, and he went and got it.
Hits his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him a 3rd down and 6 to go. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's away for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. It's just a 26-yarder down the middle. Up and good from Blankenship. And they've taken back the lead.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time that he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Has a man. It's Brown. And it's a nice little chunk here. 6 yards. Drew Tranquill brings him to the ground.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. A quick slant. Here's McConkey. Down to the 10. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 3rd quarter lead. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers take a 4-point lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Off play action, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Kansas City. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, And 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Outright, Cooper's got it. It's a pickup of 11. And the Chargers will have a first. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He puts everything behind this one. It is caught at the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got first and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now. Hits him on the out route. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Out of the shotgun, a give to Vidal. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the third and short.
Herbert now to throw on third. The back's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers take a 4-point lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. So that penalty declines. They're happy enough stuffing that last play at the line for no gain. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Offense to the line for second down. They go play action. It's Mahomes. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Third and long for him here. Chased out to his right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and converts on 3rd and 17. Pacheco gets it from the gun. Jukes one defender, and he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that... In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Right back to Pacheco. Oh, he lost the football! And it's scooped up by the Chargers!
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Herbert on 1st down. Has it downfield working the left. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. He got 24 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Completed to his running back. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Pass it down close. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Finds his man, Gray. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. They're a rookie out of Oklahoma there to make that play.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Finds his man. It's Worthy. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing again, Mahomes. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Again, Mahomes to throw. Hauled in by Rice. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. A give right side. Here's Pacheco. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs now within one score in the fourth. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Here are the Chiefs facing a massive 2-point try. It's caught. And he's into the end zone, so the 2-point try pays off. They cut the deficit to just a field goal here in the fourth. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Cut out left. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of down. Chargers will have a first.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding the big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Tight end in motion left. On first down, they'll run. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So quickly, the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
The throw is caught. And they're going to get get this down to the 4 before being stopped. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and punch it in. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
They'll try again from the 4. It's second and goal. Vidal. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Chargers make it a 9-point advantage. Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers make it a 10-point ball game. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Off play action. It's Mahomes. Wiley hauls it in. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Taking a big shot for the end zone. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up fourth and long.
Boy, this is really great defense to deny a big play and make them work for the touchdown. If they want to reach the end zone, they have to scrap and fight through them.
Throwing deep for the end zone. That's incomplete on fourth down, and they'll turn over possession.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback? They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. And their start to the season not cooling off by any means as they move to 4-0 on the year.
Trick play, coach.
So that's it for us here. Brock Huard, our crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.